Hello, my dear children. I hope you all must be fit and healthy. Today, my dear children, we are going to read a very wonderful poem, When Flowers Wake Each Morning. It's a very interesting, very funny poem. So, first of all, let me read the poem. When flowers wake each morning, they do not have to make their beds, and lettuce leaves aren't told to comb the hair upon their heads. You would never tell asparagus it shouldn't play with spears. You would never ask a stalk of corn to wash behind its ears. A mushroom does not have to clean its room, and you will agree a tree won't have to study hard to learn geometry. I guess it should be obvious from listening to my rant. I am tired of being a person. I would rather be a plant. Dear children, this poem is written by Ken Nesbitt, an American poet who is famous for writing humorous poetry for humans, that means to bring laughter and entertainment. This poem is about a person who does not want to take any responsibility. There is personification in the poem because it talks about flowers making their bread and lettuce combing their hair. Personification means the representation of a thing or an animal in the form of a person. So let us read it again. Let me read it again and explain. I'm going to explain you. When flowers wake each morning, they don't have to make their beds. Children, when we get up in the morning, right from sunrise to sunset, we have to do lot of works. The first thing when we get up is we have to make our bed. First, we have to keep the bed sheets properly, pillows properly, and so many things. But flowers, they don't have to make their beds. And lettuce leaves aren't told to comb the hair upon their heads. It means the lettuce. Lettuce is a leafy vegetable eaten in salads, and long leaves resembles the hair, but they are not asked to comb the hair. You would never tell asparagus. Asparagus is a vegetable that resembles the spears. Spears, children, here they have given young shoot of the asparagus plant, but it is a tool with pointed edge. You would never tell asparagus it shouldn't play with spears. Children, everybody, your parents must also be asking you to not to play with any sharp tools like blades, knives, spears, etc. But nobody asks asparagus not to play with spears. You would never ask a stalk of corn. Stalk of corn means stem of corn plant to wash behind its ears. Ears here is the part of the corn plant which contains seeds or grains. Children, when you take bath, your mothers must be asking you should take bath properly. Okay, but nobody asks the stalk of a corn to wash behind its ears. A mushroom does not have to clean its room. There is a room in the name of mushroom, but nobody asks a mushroom to clean its room. But we are supposed to keep our room neat and tidy. All the things, everything in the room at their proper places. Nobody wants that there should be mess in the room, but nobody asks mushroom to clean its room. And you will agree a tree won't have to study hard to learn geometry. And children, we have to learn, especially the children, they have to study hard, they have to learn one and the other subject. But a tree is without any tension. It don't have to study hard, it don't have to learn geometry. I guess it should be obvious. Obvious means very clear from listening to my rant. Rant is a long speech. I am tired of being a person. I would rather be a plant. So now the narrator is saying that Now it is clear from my long speech that I am so tired of being a person who had to follow many challenges of life. So he would like to be a plant who is free from all the responsibilities and tension as plants are. So the narrator would like to be a plant. In this poem, the narrator wants to share the freedom of plants. Okay, children? Dear children, let us do the exercises. Exercise 8. Tick the correct options within the brackets to complete these sentences. Number 1. The poet says that flowers don't need to make their beds. Asparagus is never told to not to play with spears. A stalk of corn never has to wash behind its ears. Mushroom never have to clean their rooms. A tree is never expected to learn geometry. The poet would rather be a plant. Exercise B. Write 3 rhyming words for each of these words. Wake, lake, cake, make. Told, hold, bold, cold. Clean, green, lean, bean. Tree, free, three, knee. Run, plant, and chant. Now children, grammar fun, this will come in your English 1, that is your English language. You have learned that words that describe or qualified nouns are called adjectives. So we can say what are adjectives? An adjective is a word that adds something to the meaning of a noun. For example, tall boy, red rose, blue shirt, thin girl. Okay, so you can write question, define adjective, give examples. Numbers and names of colors are also adjectives. Numbers and name. For see, pretty flowers, pretty, adjective. 2 mushrooms, 2 is adjective here. Green tree, green, adjective. Adjectives answer the question what kind. For example, expert driver, large country. How much? For example, whole truth, little laugh, or how many? For example, few apples, 7 colors. Okay. Ram is wearing a striped shirt. What kind? Please give me few apples. There are 2 parakeets sitting on the tree. Now exercise D. Underline the adjectives in these sentences. Varun bought many books at the World Book Fair. Underline many. Preeti is wearing a yellow sweater. Underline yellow. Do you have enough money to pay for the ticket? Enough. There are 7 days in a week. 7. A torn rug lay in the middle of the room. Torn and middle. You will find some plates in that cupboard. Some. The girl in the last row is my sister. Last. Exercise E. Complete the sentences with adjectives from the box. The dash bookshelf creaked under the weight of the books. Old. There is some watermelon juice in that jug. The last act of the magician held the audience spellbound. The lion is a fierce animal. There are very few tigers left in this forest. With this, children, we have completed this poem. You are supposed to revise it, note it down, all the exercises neatly, and learn. Thank you. May God bless you all.